Hey Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at a message that you need to hear right now. To do this reading, these are the 4 piles that you will be picking from in a moment, but of course if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. But otherwise, in today's reading, you can pick your piles using the 9 of Pentacles on top of each deck or your crystals. Right, so let me start introducing your piles to you for pile number 1. There we go. This is your 9 of Pentacles and your crystal is the cherry quartz. For pile number 2, this is your 9 of Pentacles and your crystal is the green Jasper. For pile number 2, this is your 9 of Pentacles and your crystal is the Amethyst. And for pile number 4, this is your 9 of Pentacles and your crystal is the yellow Aventurine. So take a look at which one of these 4 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. As I always encourage you, in case you feel drawn to more than one pile, perhaps you feel drawn to all of the piles today. You want to prepare yourself a nice cup of coffee, a nice cup of tea, relax, and see what messages you're meant to hear or you need to hear right now. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your signs, then as you know, my dear soul family, this part of the introduction was created specifically for you guys so that you have the chance to pick through your signs. Even if you love picking your piles using your intuition, sometimes you just want to pick with your sign. And so this is why this section is there for you. After some shuffling, as every day, I will be drawing out 3 signs for each pile because we have 4 piles in today's reading. All right, so for pile 1, the 3 signs are Aries, Sagittarius, whoa, and Leo, the fire signs. Pile 1's on fire. All right, pile 2, the signs are Libra. It will be so cool. These are the air signs. Scorpio, as well as Virgo. Got a nice mix there. All right, for pile number 3, the signs are Aquarius, Pisces, as well as Taurus. As for pile number 4, the signs are Gemini, Cancer, as well as Capricorn. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs, and it's really cool. One pile has all the fire signs, and then the 3 piles has a healthy mix of the rest of the 3. And may I just show you something also incredible here? They're aligned in exactly the same spot. So you've got air, earth, water. Air, earth, water. Air, earth, water. How magical is that? It's unbelievable. I really feel like it's giving us strong signs that today's message is a very important message that you do need to hear. It's not random. It's very organized. You're meant to hear something today. That's my opinion with regards to what I'm seeing. And yeah, it's definitely not, it's not haphazard. You know, we mix and match and it's still organized. It's really awesome to see. Right, so please feel free to pick your piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. And especially if you have an fire sign placement, it seems to be very strong in today's reading. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. As you know, today we're taking a look at a message that you need to hear right now. These are the decks that I'll be using. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them down for you guys in the description box. Okay, so very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Ooh, looks like we've got a card here as I'm shuffling to pull out your cards. Your crystal is the beautiful cherry quartz. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Fiery pile today. If these are not, welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Always follow your intuition. All right, so I think your cards are ready. Let's see what you need to hear right now. So first of all, you've got the art of seduction. Okay. Art of seduction. You've got the Yera rune, and I was surprised because you've got the goddess Sif, who's got beautiful hair. And so there's something about you being seductive, perhaps, or being very attractive. Let's see, I don't know. All right, so the keywords here are harvest, reward, yearly cycle. You've got past, present, and future. Ooh, looks like something is shifting here. A shift of energy. I think I'll need this for the longer one. Yep. You've got conflict resolution with the other keywords are compromising, making amends, and positive outcome. Well, I would say, by the way, if perhaps you have a conflict with someone, just a quick note in case this resonates with you. I feel like they're maybe remembering the past between the two of you. They're highly attracted to you. Perhaps there's going to be an amendment of energy between the two of you. Just a quick note here. Doesn't necessarily have to do with the reading. I don't know yet. Let's take a look at your tarot cards and see what this is actually truly about. So, you've got the Ace of Swords. Something about attracting something to your real world because of how you think about it, because of your vibration. Seduction, vibration. In any case, Ace of Swords. Oh, see, something about reflection, vibration here. Do you see? Crazy. It's like if you imagine something, it's going to come to your real world. It's exactly like the art of seduction, where, for example, the woman is not the one who, conventionally speaking, asks the man out, but she uses the art of seduction for the man to be attracted to her and ask her out. You see, there's something about not taking direct action, but about affecting the energy around you to get the desired result. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Because you've got the High Priestess here, and the High Priestess is all about energy and the unknown knowledge and what goes on beyond the veil, beyond the unknown. So it's something about playing it right, because you've got the chess pieces here. Which move are you going to take, and what are the consequences of this move? There is something about, I don't know, maybe you're trying to achieve something at the end of the day. The goddess Sif, as well as the goddess of harvest. She's a beautiful goddess, but she's the goddess of harvest at the end of the day. So it's about harvesting what you want in your life, something that you are envisioning, and what you need to hear is that sometimes it's not about directly working towards it. While that is important, sometimes you just want to also understand that there is another energy, and that is vibration. And I believe your cards will show you how to do that in today's reading. How to harvest something that's very important to you currently in your life at the moment. So I'm definitely sure envisioning it, because of the two mirrors here. How you see it, how you envision it plays a huge role. So we've got that. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You've got the 10 of Wands, heavy emotions. I understand something here. So let's just keep it up there. You've got the Knight of Cups. How you feel matters, and yeah, just hold on. You've got the Page of Cups. You've got the 5 of Swords. Okay. Do we have space? I think we can definitely fit another card. I feel like it's not complete. Picture is not complete. Let's place one more card. What is it? The Queen of Cups, yeah. The red queen and the white queen. How funny. Okay. So let's stop there and see what your message is all about. Because, you know, Alice, at some point, as she plays the chess pieces, she's looking at the queen. She becomes a queen, by the way, who joins the red queen and the white queen. So this is a reading foretelling you, also giving you a peek into your future and who you are becoming. There is something about your position becoming bigger. That's going to happen in the future. And with harvest, with that position, whether this is a position at work or a position in your community, I don't know how this fits into your life as I translate this energy for you. But your position is going to be very big very soon. You're going to be in a very big position, somehow playing with the big boys. Maybe not now with the Page of Cups, everything looks so innocent, but with past, present, and future, things are changing. And they're changing at a steady yet exponential rate. And when things are growing at a steady rate, sometimes you don't right away notice the differences between the yesterday, the now, and the tomorrow. As things smoothly change. Yes, they're moving quickly, but if you like, for example, with past, present, and future, I would say, look back a year from now. Do you notice that your life changed exponentially? It happened smoothly, yet so quickly. And with this smoothness, I feel like what you need to hear, you forgot to notice just how much your life changed drastically from this year to the past year. And then think about the past year to the year before. Did you not notice how there are many things that changed exponentially? And the year before that, so did it not change exponentially? Now imagine looking at the future. What do you think may just happen next year? Who knows? And so I'm getting this idea with the harvest that life is changing at a quick rate for you. But it's so smooth that you're not noticing it. And very soon you'll be amongst the big boys, whatever the big boys are or the big girls are in your community. I say it as an expression, of course. Now, I have something to tell you about when we reach that part, but I don't want to go there yet. I'll write a note here so that I don't forget it, because sometimes I finish the reading and I'm like, oh, forgot to talk about that. So hold on, let me write it and then get back to this part, the main message, and then we'll be talking about the side note here that you also need to hear right now with regards to its preparation for the future. Because at the end of the day, your reading is past, present, and future, things that you need to hear about for the 3. With the past, it's the realization that things have been changing exponentially. We'll talk about the present moment now, and then we'll be talking about the future. Hold on so that I don't forget that, and I'll be back. Okay, I think everything is in place. Let's now talk about the present. At the moment, you are in your season of harvest. Whether you realize it or not, this is your yearly cycle. If you're watching this now, your cycle could be in September, every September. Take that with a grain of salt, take timing with a grain of salt, but I feel with yearly cycle, there's something about your cycle beginning every September, whether you realize it or not. Something about, actually, since we talked about this, something about planting the seeds now. No, this is harvest, my apologies. Yes. So it's about reaping the harvest of the previous cycle. Okay, so the now. Oh, before we get to the now, I wanted to talk about the harvest for a reason. So there's a new harvest in this season. As you watch this reading right now, Ace of Swords shows that it's a new beginning where you're going to start clearly seeing things that you've maybe once envisioned. Yes, for sure, you're going to start seeing things that you've once envisioned. It's a new cycle. And depending on how you move with the chess pieces, the black and the white, obviously with the pillars of the High Priestess, depending on the choices that you make, but more wisely, how you can integrate your choices. Because if you think about pros and cons, you want to integrate in being able to use what you like from this situation and what you want from that situation. Anyways, very abstract, but in any case, we'll talk about in details and pull the cards and see what this is. But there's some important moves that you're taking at the moment. Actually, if I'm patient, I think this is what it's talking about. So it is a time where the new cycle, the harvest cycle is manifesting for the last year. And it's time to start envisioning for the new cycle. I think you're so attuned to the energy of, Art of Seduction reminds me of the law of attraction. For sure, I feel like you're vibrating and connecting well with what we call the law of attraction. You've truly plugged in and somehow mastered it. Ace of Swords, High Priestess, for sure. I feel like whether you realize it or not, you've mastered the energy of envisioning, looking deeply into the future and having access to it. Now, there's one thing presently standing in your way, at least making it move super slow. Some form of conflict resolution. And what I want to say here is that the heaviness that you feel and you are carrying, yes, you are manifesting what you want. You've got that power. But what's slowing it down and causing such a high resistance while you can move faster is the emotional load that you are carrying. And you are guided at the moment. What you really need to hear here, do you see how the pen is pointed to the ears? It's like someone trying to make up with someone and she's upset. But it's respectful that they try and play and, you know, try to say sorry perhaps. I don't know. A conflict resolution, but this seems to be with you, within you, in the mind, with the Ace of Swords. And while your attraction game is high, law of attraction is high, and the manifestation is top tier, if we can say it like that. The thing that you need to hear right now is how, on the other hand, while some energy is moving so strong on one hand, there is a high resistance on the other, making the end result that you see in your outside life good, but super slow. Why is that? Because of the heavy load of emotions you are carrying. Perhaps you don't have time to stop and make amendments and think and try to resolve this, because you're moving towards something. You're trying to harvest something. And look what your card is showing you. At the present moment, it is time to pause a little and reflect. Because while pausing can look like a waste of time, the real waste of time is the resistance that is preventing this high energy from moving quickly. You know, it's like you driving a fast car, but the wheel needs to be changed. It's irresponsible not to change it, but just for the example. And you're trying to go really fast and you're like, no, I gotta be there on time. Let's say it's your son or your daughter is in the hospital and you're like, I'm not doing anything until I reach the hospital. Not realizing that it's gonna take you an hour with that stress and with this car. And while it could take 10 minutes as a waste of time, and it could seem counterproductive to stop the car, change the tires, and focus on something else entirely. It could seem like, what a crazy thing to even focus on right now. All I want to do is press on the gas pedal and get to my daughter. But really, it is the right and more responsible thing to do, especially for your daughter, because you're going to arrive there safe and you're going to arrive there super quickly. So for now, you've got that game high anyways. You don't need to worry about it that much. And it doesn't mean stop working or stop the progress that you're doing. But there needs to be high focus, which will on unloading the heavy load of emotions that you are carrying, because it will genuinely lead to a positive outcome, which we can see here in your future. It's fated for you to be amongst the big boys. And we'll talk about that in a moment. So you are guided to pause and resolve this conflict to move forward. It's like a team, you and your emotions. A team in a racing car again. Let's go back to the racing car. And if you and your racing partner, you're not on good terms, you're not going to be working with full capacity to win that race. And sometimes it's important to have a minute talk, say sorry to each other, put new rules, and go back at the game. Then things can move super smoothly and very quickly. The collaboration and the assistance that you both will give each other during that time is way more efficient than continuing to move on as you both are nagging and disturbing and bothering each other. So much so that at some point you're going to be standing against each other's own wins. So it's your own detriment that you don't resolve this conflict. So before we move again to the future, I want to get guidance, clear guidance for you on how you are meant to offload this emotional burden as you're moving towards your goals. And you seem to be, to me, to be someone who's very talented, because the threads here remind me of a hobby. Actually, they're not threads. They are vegetables and donuts. But they seem to me like threads for a moment. Crochet threads. And again, the fish with the Page of Cups signifies talent sometimes. So you're coming across as a highly talented person as well. That's something that I've noticed here. Highly talented person. Maybe this is about your job. Just a guess. I don't know. But in any case, let's take a look at what your guidance here is. Oh, and there another thing, talented, and there's something about your glow up and how attractive you are. That's another element. I don't know why all of these are popping up for me in your cards. Maybe they're for you, they're not for me. So yeah, these things are popping up here. Perhaps I will be able to see how they intertwine in your message. If not, you're just meant to hear it. Okay, so yeah, you're meant to hear that you're highly talented and super attractive and glowing. All right, so how are you guided to resolve this internal conflict, to offload these heavy emotions? Because that is what you need to hear right now in the present moment. You've got the Four of Wands, and look at the House of Cards here. Interesting depiction, especially with what we're reading. So the Four of Wands, the Nine of Wands. Oh, the Ten of Cups. We're looking at the White Queen again. Any case, Ten of Cups. Right. It looks like it is saying that sometimes it is tempting for us to feel good in the moment. Four of Wands is a positive card, a card of celebration, positive feelings. So with the picnic here and the House of Cards in the background, it's implying that sometimes it's tempting to just enjoy the moment, feel good in the moment. But that's like building a house of cards, because if you don't deal with the real emotions that need to be released and feel good in the moment, then that happiness is depending on a house of cards that could collapse at any moment. The right thing to do with the Nine of Wands is to actually face it and feel these heavy emotions so that they are released. That will lead, with the Ten of Cups here, to the real happiness. It is the real invisible energy that can take you to it, because it's not conspicuous to think to yourself, oh, I should not feel good in the moment now, I should be dealing with my emotions. It's not conspicuous, because there are things like, when we don't feel good, let's pick up the phone and get into one of the apps to feel better. Let's call a friend. Let's get a hug. Let's have a nice piece of cake. Let's do this, while there's nothing wrong with any of these things. When it's time to experiencing the emotion, it has to be done, because otherwise these nice experiences become a crutch that does not allow us to really ever heal or release these emotions. And so this is saying sometimes you want to face it with the Nine of Wands. And knowing a little bit about this, I would say, at least in ancient teachings, And if I'm not mistaken, I heard also a psychologist speak about it, but I'm not an expert. This is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes. Always consult your doctor. But it's really about experiencing these emotions so that they are released. At least that's what I'm seeing right here. Just enjoying the moment is like building a house of cards that's going to collapse anyways at some point. And so while you could be tempted to feel good in the moment, the real happiness lies in facing the emotions. And that's, although it seems counterproductive, it is the invisible work, because it's not conspicuous to go, oh, I'm going to experience my emotions and not feel good at the moment. But it is what will take you there. And I say that because with the Ten of Cups, in Alice in Wonderland, when Alice first appears and she helps out the White Queen and the King and the White King, she's invisible. She's an invisible force. And at the moment, although she's helping both of them, they're scared to death, because to them there's like weird wind that's moving them around, when she's actually moving these chess pieces around because she felt for them. She really wants to help them out. Like, for example, her pawn or her son was crying, her little pawn was crying, so she moved the queen and she was really shocked. And then the king was far away and she moved the king closer to his queen. He was about to have like a heart attack with that move. And so this is why I say it's not conspicuous to really think that one shouldn't. They thought the wind was against them, but really Alice was helping them. And so what's not obvious is that you're guided to, you shouldn't do anything, but you're guided to really make a different choice when it's time to, you're tempted to just pick up that phone, or just like call someone, or just do this or just do that. Because you're not feeling comfortable, you're guided to sit with it. That's the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior, to just stand there strong and experience these emotions, because that's how they get released. It's going to be the end of it. I believe your cards are saying, if you continue on that practice, the Ten of Cups is a card of feeling elated, real happiness. You are going to feel genuinely happy. You're going to reach the real happiness, and not in the moment House of Cards like happiness. Okay, so that is what you're guided to do with your emotions. And the more you release them, Ten of Wands is the end of that. The more you release them by standing there and not engaging with them. See, guardedness, to stand there. And that's the advice as well. As I know, it's not about engaging with them and reliving them. It's simply about observing them. And you can see here, the Nine of Wands is observing the wand. It's just about observing it. And it does get released. This will expedite is the word I'm looking for. This will expedite the process, because you're removing all of these heavy emotions that were making the manifestation energy move quickly for you. And so this takes us to the future part of your reading that you need to hear right now. You need to know and hear that very soon we said it a million times, you're going to be amongst the greats. What did I want to tell you here? Because there's a little foreshadowing, and I will be going back to the current moment and showing why, and showing you again why what you're doing now is very important as well, not just for the resistance, but for your future. But let's get to the future part. I'm seeing that the big boys already, as you are still a page here, Queen of Hearts, the Red Queen, sorry. The Red Queen. It is the Queen of Hearts, but the Red Queen and the White Queen. They are both not trying to show it, but they're already noticing Alice. Do you see? With the position of the cards, I mean, your cards today. So there's a little bit of a side eye. This red queen is feeling very powerful. She's using her power not in the right way, but she seems to threaten others, and she seems to know how to keep her power very well. Five of Swords indicates that she's a little bit of a bully, and so using her power to bully others and keep her place. But in any case, she's already side-eyeing Alice. So she's not giving her attention, but she sees Alice, right? Also, the White Queen is in place, not engaging, but there's a little bit of a tilt. She does also see Alice. So there's something about the big boys already seeing you. At least with the invisible energy of Alice here, they feel your effect. They feel your energy. Meaning, if this is your company, for example, they have already experienced the positive outcome of the work that you're doing, for example. Something of that nature. So they're not fully at the moment giving you their attention, but they know you're there. And you, because energetically you did make an impact somehow. And while they're not threatened in your near future, they're like, I don't care. Who are you? But I see you, right? I do know, as you know, of course, that Alice does graduates in this chess game, this whatever political game that you're playing. And I don't mean political as in, you know what I mean. This whatever dynamics that is going on in your work, in your society, wherever this is. In your near future, I do know that Alice became queen. And so in this dynamic that you're in, you're going to be there very soon. In your near future, they're noticing you, and later on, you're going to be one of the big boys. And I do know that when Alice became one of them, they weren't treating her fairly. It's like, yeah, okay, you're there, but we're gonna pretend like we don't see you. We're not gonna give you attention. We're not gonna give it to you. So there's something in your near future about you being one of the big boys, but then having people who have established their authority. They can't do anything about you being there, but they will also try to perhaps belittle you because they're, I don't know, insecure about their power, or because they don't like that. They don't want more people perhaps populate, don't want this to be more, they don't want this place to have more people to have advantages, for example. But they won't be really able to do anything. All they can do is just annoy you or try to discredit that you're there. That's all they can do. But I do know that Alice is a very strong character, and she did not allow that to happen. Whether they acknowledged her existence or not, later on you can see that she puts her foot down and she's not waiting for other people to acknowledge her. She is the one who believes in her presence, and so it doesn't really matter whether they acknowledge or not. So there's a little bit of talk here about your future, about what to expect as you are playing amongst the big boys here. One of them is highly corrupted. One of these powers are highly corrupted. And the team with them is corrupted as well, like a very toxic dynamic here. And I say that, as you know, because of the cards. They realized that she wanted the red roses. They've planted the white roses to fix the mistake. They started coloring it in red. She finds out, and then she's like, off with their heads. So it's terrible dynamics there. With the White Queen, there's awesome dynamics. That's why they are in the 10 of Cups. They're a happy family. They're wonderful together. So you can see yin-yang energy, that you'll be exposed to yin-yang energy. Although there is yin-yang energy, you won't be able to right away fit with any of these, because they want to be, these yin and yang energies want to be the big boys. They will not acknowledge you. You will be perhaps that energy that starts, do you see how Alice is holding one? Brings the two together somehow. There's something about you being able to, there's a peek into your future with you being queen here, putting the two together. So whether they acknowledge or not, the right thing to do between these two energies is to have a balance, because either way can be corruptive in their own sense. So going back to the present and why this correlates to the future is when you start being in touch with your emotions. There's emotional cleansing with the Page of Cups here. When you start working on healing, emotional cleansing, and all of that, you will have the emotional stability and tranquility to deal with much bigger energy than the one you are going through right now. And that's why I've got the House of Cards. You don't want to be afraid, like the cards here. You want to reach this place and a strong individual, independent on your own, because you're in fact not going to be joining any of these teams. You're not going to go, oh, I'm going to be part of the cards here, or oh, I'm going to be part of the cards there. You're going to be a third, entirely individual, standing entity or power that will unite, actually, will do the right thing and unite, just like the High Priestess. Find oneness, where here they're absolutely wrong, but they're right in some aspect, and here they're right, very right, but they're very wrong in another aspect. And you bring the two energies together and you go, that's how it is done. That's the right way to do things. We don't want to be, for example, ruthless and unfair and unfeeling but powerful. We don't want to be loving but everything is falling apart. We want to have, for example, a merge between the two. We want to have a system in place, for example, swap the cruelty by a system, so that it's still strong, but we also want to be empathetic and caring about everyone. That's just, an example of what it means to bring the two energies together. So you're going to be one day a balanced leader, and to be able to take on that role properly, this work must be done. And perhaps it is good for you that your manifestations are moving slow, because if you get there quicker than what you're meant to release, then how can you hold a huge mission and responsibility like that? And so it is vital that there is slower movement from your side to experience these emotions, release them, so that you can find your happiness now and move on to playing with the big boys. That's exactly what I see. There has to be a conflict resolution within you so that you're able to make the conflict resolution without you. Bring everyone, or bring the two energies into harmony where they're attracted to each other. They play really well rather than fight each other. True oneness and true unity. Wow, this is exactly what I see. Remember, your really yearly cycle is in September, or whenever you're watching this reading, in the month that you're reading this in. You're starting a new cycle. Focus at its beginning on the release, and you're not going to believe your eyes with how quickly you're going to start moving and what type of world you are going to be stepping in. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at a message that you need to hear right now. These are the decks that I'll be using for your reading. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them down in the description box for you guys. All right, so welcome to your reading. Let me very quickly introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the green Jasper. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Libra, Scorpio, and Virgo. Oh, thanks. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Always follow your intuition. Okay. So I believe your cards are now all shuffled and ready. Let's take a look at your message that you need to hear right now. So, looks like this one jumped out. Let's take it. So you've got feminine energy. Energy of receptivity, of creation, right? So let's see what this is saying. You've got guilt, apology, remorseful, and also the keyword ashamed, right? I have a weird, a hit of thought in my mind. I know it's not for most people listening, but for someone out there, if you are trying to have a child and somehow it's not happening, the emotion of guilt, shame, could be holding you back. And so your message that you need to hear is release these emotions, forgive yourself, don't focus on the past, release the shame. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and that will really allow you to get into your feminine energy. All right, of creation. So just a quick note that I've noticed, but it could really be the same message throughout the reading in terms of something that you're trying to create, perhaps. I don't know, just a guess. Let's wait and see the rest of the cards first. So you've got the observer. Creation through observing, just like a photographer, right? Lorelei, the siren, right? Which talks about attractiveness as well, just like the energy of feminine energy, right? And you've got, actually we don't need to do that because that card won't fit down there anyway. You've got the Rido rune in reverse with the keyword stillness, pause, and presence, with Sijin, who was Loki's wife and was so loyal and saved him from the serpent and the venom. So venom is, in that case, some feeling of shame or remorse or guilt about something that's becoming very toxic, and you're meant to stay still to remove it. Perhaps. Let's see what this is trying to say. Again, and there's the other emotions luring you in. Right. I don't know why this is the message, but it pertains to something that you're trying to create. And so it's about releasing the shame, the guilt, so that you can get into your feminine energy. What's stopping that feminine energy, and that's not gender, as in the energy of creation, the energy of being, of attractiveness, whatever, however this resonates with you, it's to remove the energy of shame and guilt. So let's expand and explore this energy and to get an accurate energy of what it is that you need to hear right now. Whoa, you actually got the Nine of Pentacles. It was standing out. So it's about a wish that you have. A wish that you have. For some of you, this wish has to do with attractiveness due to the feminine energy and Lorelei that lures people in. The observer, like being picture perfect. Just an observation. But if that's not the case, please take it how it resonates. Right, so you've got a wish with the Nine of Pentacles. And that's like a wish, a deep-rooted wish that you have. With the wishing well here. You really care about this wish. And like a wish that far outweighs any other. And although it's the Nine of Pentacles, it hits in the feels with the water well here. It really has a huge effect on you emotionally. Nine of Pentacles shows that somehow it's going to be an asset to you. But let's see. Whoa, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. Very positive cards right off the bat. Okay, are you like wishing for two things? That's why we're getting that dual energy with both cards. The Ten of Pentacles is about generational wealth, but at the same time, a happy family. So I feel like your wish or what you're trying to achieve has that dual nature. Okay. Again, it's underwater. The whole deck is actually underwater, but because it's a mermaid deck, but really, yeah, it hits in the fields. Right. So you've got the Two of Swords, a merman and a man. So two opposing thoughts, perhaps. Two huge thoughts opposing each other. At any point, one of them is going to win. Who's right, who's wrong? Maybe they're both wrong and right in another way. You've got the Six of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Whoa, the Empress. That's feminine energy right there. I'm going to leave these two together. That's powerful. The Queen of Swords is one of the manifestations of the Empress, because the Empress is the four queens. So let's see what this is saying in that case. Again, do you see that feminine energy, strong feminine energy here? And this seems to be the energy of creation or exuding attractiveness. Is a gorgeous Empress. The hair and the clothes. This too is a gorgeous Queen of Swords. Right, so you've got the Eight of Pentacles. Right, let's stop there and see what this is trying to say. The Empress. The manifestation of the three queens, the four queens. Three queens are missing here. Cups, Wands, and Pentacles. Let's keep it like that for now. And we'll just imagine that the three queens are right next to the Queen of Swords. Doesn't this look like the Empress? In any case, the energy of creation is activated through the belly button, the belly button, the belly button. It's the umbilical cord that will draw anything you want to you. And it can even manifest in such huge ways that is beyond what you even envisioned. It is the energy of creation. It's a huge energy. And if you use that huge energy to your favor, you will be able to manifest huge things. Perhaps the three missing queens is an analogy to how there is a huge shortcut as you manifest through the belly button, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Because all you will really need at this point is the mind, which is one of the big laws of the universe, the Kabbalistic laws, the law of mentalism. The thing is, there is something standing against this energy with the Two of Swords. And that is the toxicity that is slowly dripping, the toxic thought that is slowly dripping bit by bit by bit. And it is blocking that very wish from happening, from that energy of creation from happening. Drop by drop, it is killing how you feel, killing that feminine energy within you. And so there is the Queen of Swords. A disciplined mindset needs to take place so that you can transition from this toxicity, or let's call it venom, that's killing that energy for you. And you must remain loyal to that discipline, because we've got Sijin here, who's very loyal to her husband. And so this is where I'm getting the idea of staying loyal to your discipline. This will allow you to transition, to master with the Eight of Pentacles, to master letting go of that energy, so that you can get straight into the energy of creation, because it's very strong here. There's something about observe. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm seeing here in a moment. The belly button. Right. So back to what you need to hear with regards to the guilt and the shame. I feel like you're ashamed of something, or you feel guilty about something, and these emotions are residing in your mind, and they, in the background, maybe without you seeing, are making you feel bad, one drop after the other. And you are guided to first give an apology to yourself, because no matter how bad, if this is guilt, what you've done is, and I say that because Sijin, her husband, is Loki, who at some point conspired to kill his brother. So that's bad, right? And so the cards here are saying, no matter what it is that you've done, or what others have shamed you about, or maybe what you've shamed yourself over, it's over now. It's time to move on, because with Raido, which is the rune of journey, movement, in reverse, as you can see, it's stillness. It's blocking you. And whatever happened is in the past. That's not a healthy energy and vibration to have. In fact, I know that guilt and shame are the lowest vibration in the spectrum. Guilt and shame, even more than anger. And with a low vibration like that, it could wreak havoc in your world and in the world of others. And the right thing to rectify this is to learn from it and to apologize to yourself for going through this constant shame and guilt, and to take that learning and move towards your future. Because what you can create in the future and the magic that you can bring is far more important than you constantly living in the shame or the guilt. If this is about feeling ashamed of yourself, then it is blocking your feminine, or let's call it your attractive energy. And feminine, again, is just energy. As you can see, feminine energy. And so it must be released. How can you release it? It's a discipline of the mind. The Queen of Swords is full of clarity, and she's not hindered by emotions. And so emotions don't scare her, they don't push her away, which means you are guided to notice, and you've got the observer here, which we'll talk about with the feminine energy, because there's dual energy in your reading depending on whether you're feeling shame or guilt. So you're guided to observe, to realize, to notice, and to see when these drops happen, when the guilt and the shame arises. And to observe yourself from a lens, which means detaching from the scene. Just like the Queen of Swords detaches from emotions. When it's time to think, she's not affected by her emotions. She's looking for the truth. And so similarly, it's in the energy of the camera here. When you notice these shame or guilt, you are guided to detach and look at the scene as an outside observer. Shifting your focus from the continuous drips of shame and guilt to the belly button. Weird, but it's what I'm seeing. And that is a more productive energy, the energy of creation and exuding creativity and attractiveness, depending on which energy resonates with you. That, of course, should be done as you decide to forgive yourself. And so when you feel these emotions, you're guided to pause. Take yourself as an outside observer and realize that you can shift your attention towards your belly button, the energy of creation. Again, I want to emphasize this is after you apologize to yourself and to whoever, to that old past, that old energy, whatever you need to apologize to, and let it go. It's time to move on with the Six of Swords. And although the Six of Swords is usually associated with slow movement, here they're gliding on ice, which makes me feel that this is the quickest process that you can take to heal that low vibrational energy that is standing in your way. Because beyond that energy is you accessing your dreams. It seems here that is so, with the Empress, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, feminine energy, it's so easy for you to manifest. This is a strong energy that you have. And it's time to move from the past. Low vibration, guilt, and shame is not an energy that any of us, no matter what we do, are meant to live in. We're meant to learn from it, to apologize, to grow, and to move forward. And sometimes the most important apology is the one you give to yourself for entrapping yourself for so long and blocking your path for so long. This is anchored. You've been there for a long time, and it's time to move past it. It's time to move beyond the shame, the guilt, so that you can exude your natural feminine energy. To either exude attractiveness or to attract to your life the things that you deserve. And you deserve a lot. Do you see that magnetic energy you'll be able to get into when you release this? Just like the Lorelei, the feminine energy, imagining, and through your belly button, you will be attracting everything that you want into your life. Okay, and like I said, it is through the mind. It is time to discipline your mind, to let it go. It's the mind game imagination that you're guided to do, to shift perspective, look at yourself from the outside, and then from that place focus on the belly button. Like detach yourself from the situation and focus on the belly button, which will help bring everything into your life. Okay. I think it was this way. Let's continue your message and see what you need to hear right now. Message is very clear. All right. No, actually it was this way around. There we go. So, for pile number 2, please, what do they need to hear right now? The rest of the message. So you've got the 9 of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, as well as the 7 of Cups. I think I need one more, and that will be the Judgment card. Wow. Here, the 7 of Cups is imagining and looking up high at dreams and places she's never been to before. And you can see with the Judgment card, she's popping out of her bubble and easily reaching these heights. You seem to be a great manifestor, and this is something that you need to know, my dear pile number 2. It's really interesting, this message about focusing on the belly button. In any case, the 9 of Wands, protecting your hard work. The drops. I've read this 9 of Wands a very long time ago. I don't remember what it was saying. Let's read it together. Let me pull out this 9 of Wands and see what your message is. So, can you see? Here it says, it might look nice and calm in the fire pearl harvesting cave right now, but things can change very quickly. Our fire pearl harvester knows his surroundings well. He has learned over the years not to take the conditions of his workplace for granted. He must be ready and able to deal with any and all unexpected flare-ups or eruptions. Interesting. Yet, if we take a good look at him, he looks meditative as he places the fire pearls atop their awaiting wands. Part of walking the path of awareness is keeping the body and mind calm while being aware of the ever-moving conditions around you. Very interesting. So this takes us to when you've mastered. So the message continues. When you've mastered this energy, which is going to happen rather quickly, as we've explored with the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is saying take it slow, but it's going to move quickly for you. You're going to master this energy rather quickly if you detach and focus on the belly button. This venom will eventually stop dripping. Your mind will not be bombarding you with these emotions or thoughts any longer. But be careful with the Nine of Wands, as we've read. While you are in that meditative, happy place, while you've worked hard, you want to be careful for any flare-ups. They could happen. These emotions can drip here or there. Be careful and be mindful to go back in that moment to do the very same thing, the observation, do you see? To go back calmly to your observation energy. Calm. And that shall, again, heal these emotions. Could they happen here and there, even when you've mastered that energy? Absolutely, it could. But you now always know what to do. But the King of Pentacles also shows us another energy. At that time, you would have been fully with the King of Pentacles and the feminine energy, fully into your feminine energy, which will allow you to use your masculine energy in full throttle, to be able to manifest bigger things in your life than you've ever dreamed or imagined. That's happening for you. And you are one day, as you release these emotions, release the shame or whatever you're feeling, you are going to have bigger dreams, go to faraway places that one day could have been like crazy to even dream of. You know, other people where you're going, other people you know now will think that the dreams that you have are crazy, but you're going to be breaking out of that bubble and stepping into huge experiences. It's exactly, you know, how when someone the stories we hear about the people who became famous one day, like they're the biggest businessman in the world, they're the biggest actor or actress in the world, and they tell you that one day they told their people, their friends, hey, I envision myself being this or that person, and they laugh at him and they tell him, are you crazy? Do you know what these people had to do? Do you know that this and what they had? Do you know this? Do you know that? Who are you? Who is this? And all of the projecting back all of the limitations, that the bubbles, the limitations that they're seeing, that it feels like a crazy dream. There's the mountain right there, and there you breaking out of that place, and the same place you've envisioned your dreams, you're breaking out and moving past it. And so it seems crazy to have some type of dreams now. Ooh, I wish I would have this, I wish that. All of the huge dreams that you have, you're a huge manifester. You're gonna pull them towards you like it's nothing. All of them, they're going to happen. And it does look like a belly and a belly button, again, taking us to the belly button. It's funny. So one day you're flying, you're going to far away places that could have been foreseen as building castles in the sky. Like if anyone heard these crazy dreams, they would have told you, girl, what? That's how far you're going. And very soon, with the focus on the belly button, you're going to break out of your bubble. And the sky's the limit from there. Because once you discover this energy, you're going high. Just like the ones who discovered how to break out of their bubble as well, with the energy of creation. Focusing on the belly button energetically, because the sacral chakra makes sense, the energy of creation, of course, will really take you there. Remember, it might sound crazy, but it's not all material. There is many layers to the experience that we call reality. Yeah, this is what you're meant to hear right now, my dear pile number 2. Focus on that energy, release it. You'll be mastering it, but even when you master it, know that it could happen here. A flare-up could happen here and there. You know what to do when that arises. Calmly ground yourself. That will help you have a great balance between the feminine and the masculine energy, which will work together to make you achieve your dreams, because right now they are at a great opposition. And they are wreaking havoc at a specific point of your life, specifically to a dream or several dreams that are important to you, that you want to achieve. You can easily remove this block through what is guided here as as a spiritual practice that you can do, that can help heal your mind and help you get in tune with your natural creative energy. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see. If you notice, you can see some dandelions representing dreams coming true through the mind. It's really through your mental exercise that you can attract things to you. This is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today, as you know, we're taking a look at a message that you need to hear right now. These are the decks that I'll be using. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them down in the description box for you guys. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful amethyst. And if you've picked your pile using your, 2 cards, your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Aquarius, Pisces, and Taurus. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Always follow your intuition. Okay, so your cards are ready. Your oracle cards are ready. Let's check them out. You've got the Awaz rune in reverse with disloyalty, imbalance, and solitude. Okay. You've got burden. You must be feeling sad about something. The burden of something. Maybe someone didn't keep their end of the stick. Let's see. You've got soul contracts with soulmates, partnership, spiritual union. Very interesting. And look at the purple, mimicking the purple there. Okay, it's like, yeah, it's what I thought. Someone didn't keep their end of the contract or something, of the agreement or something. You've got hiding their true feelings. Interesting. So you've got deep emotions, secretly in love, or cold and detached. So whatever, they're hiding some emotions. Someone is hiding some emotions. What if we moved this way? We keep this one here so that we have space for this one. I think that works for sure. Okay. You've got the flower spirit. All right. Again, the pinks and the purples. Can you see? All the reds in general. Although purple is more towards blue, but this is like reddish purple. More towards the red. Okay. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. So, what does pile number 2 need to hear right now, please? What is their balance? Because I was just reading imbalance. What is their message that they need to hear? Wow. So you've got the 7 of Pentacles with so many doors. All right. The Fool card with the white heart. But it sounds like the white heart. I feel like this is describing you. You've got the 9 of Swords. And it looks like this child is so scared that they are taking a child's pose in the womb. Like there's something making you so afraid or so stressed. Maybe you feel like the world out there is really a dangerous place, ugly, dangerous place is what I'm grasping from this card. Well, you're so innocent, you vibrate goodness, you're so pure-hearted. You're still in touch with, very much in touch with your inner child. And you feel like you've been fooled by something or someone, by the world even. And perhaps at the moment you feel like everything has shut its doors. And you feel like you are in a world, maybe an ugly, dark world type of feeling. And that it's too dark for you. That you're so clear, you're so open, but you could be feeling like someone or the world is always hiding its true intentions. Flower spirit, you come across as a delicate, beautiful soul. And you're going through some form of imbalance due to feeling a lot of disloyalty, and that's really burdening you. I feel like it's scaring you also with the 9 of Swords. All right, let's take a look at the rest of the cards. In any case, you feel like this is not easy. You've got the 8 of Pentacles, mastery, figuring it out. But this needs a lot of patience and calmness to reach that type of mastery. You've got the 3 of Swords, again, being hurt by others, especially 3 of Swords is associated with disloyalty as well. You felt like others have hurt you to experience some things that they want, maybe. Someone has greatly hurt you or perhaps betrayed you here. and you've got the Weaver of Spells. Interesting. So that's the Queen of Wands. So what is it that you need to hear? I think let's pull out one more card. Weaver. Weaver of Spells. Okay, one more card for now. The Child of Visions. This is the Page of Cups. That inner child is running happy. So with soul contract, I'm seeing that whatever it is that you're going through now, although very difficult, is something that you agreed to do as a soul. Something that, although might sound crazy now to think, what? Why would I put myself in such an energy? Look at how these cards are connecting. It almost feels like it's one tree, doesn't it? I'll keep them connected. But I feel like you had many options as a soul, and you were quite adamant about picking this experience, is what you need to hear. And it might be jarring to even think, why would I choose something like that for myself? And with the Queen of Wands, do you see how she's weaving and she's twirling and moving upwards? It is for your higher good and for your evolution, and for your strength, because the Queen of Wands shines bright. This experience is meant to build internal strength and power that cannot be taken away from you. It's a sort of energy that continues to go up with you, even when you transcend this whole experience. And it's also one that's going to help you transcend this realm altogether. It almost makes me feel like you chose a hard path that will help you transcend and evolve quickly. And this is why it is crazy to think, you might be stunned to think, why would I pick a lesson like that? But on a higher realm, your higher self, your you as a you in a higher realm, before coming here, you did agree on that. You chose, in fact, Seven of Cups, you chose that. You knew it was going to be burdening, but it is meant to connect you higher up in the tree of life, meaning it's meant to place you in a higher realm moving forward. So yeah, transcendence is what I'm seeing. Also, what you need to hear with the Page of Cups is that this transcendence starts in your life. It's about figuring it and mastering it in this lifetime. And you will live the rest of your life with the Page of Cups, healthy, happy, glowing, vibrant, full of life, because that's the energy you experience as you transcend. So although it could be very painful at the moment and crazy to figure out, like, how am I supposed to live in a world full of secret feelings and secret intentions when I'm so clear and so good? When I'm so clear and so good. You shine bright as a soul, there's no question about that. And you're like one click away from transcending to another realm. And you see the faces moving up, up. But for now, it is the time of figuring it out, because at the moment you kind of feel with this specific lesson, whatever difficulty you're going through, it almost feels like all the doors are shut. It's like, how am I going to figure this one out? It feels like so much burden. And with the ant, it feels like so much work to be able to do that. But one thing that is really helping you in this lifetime with this soul contract that you've agreed to is all of the purples here is making me think of the third eye, crown chakra. You're so connected. You're naturally so connected. Again, this is one of the things that you can't take away from a soul. That's part of transcendence. When you transcend with a certain energy, nothing can take it from you. It becomes you. Or to put it more clearly, you integrate with it. So that part is with you. That magic is with you. You're so connected. The purples here are unbelievable. It's the first thing I've noticed. You're so connected. So that's the part. That is what will help you through with this birth process. As you push to come out into a new world, you must face this one. So back to how you're meant to master this energy. How about we take a look at what the guidebook has to say about this specific Eight of Pentacles, since that's the card of mastery here. How you're meant to find this balance to stay true to yourself, which is very important because you're transcending. You're not here to play games. You're already a highly evolved soul, but you're here to learn or to release some pain, to find with the red groundedness, to integrate that, or to heal your emotions, to find mastery in dealing with the very world that you are perhaps refusing to deal with. And I feel like this world that you are meant to deal with has to do with people not being as clear as you. All the doors, intentions shut. You have to guess all the time with the Seven. This is the Seven of Pentacles. I kept treating it like the Seven of Cups. My apologies. So yeah, I mean, I saw it in this way for a reason. And it doesn't in any way take away from the reading. The Seven of Cups is guessing. You don't... It still comes true with these cards. The White Heart and the hiding of emotions. So in any case, the Seven of Pentacles is something that's meant to grow slowly but surely. So that's the first guidance that we have. To grow into the tree of life, that transcendence, you're meant to build it slowly. It's not something that's meant that you should expect that happen over day and night. Each one experience or one door will give you a key to the next. And so this is about getting into many experiences as possible in order to learn how to do things, how to deal with this hidden. It's important that you integrate this lesson. It's the same thing with mastery with the Eight of Pentacles, actually. You know, how does one reach mastery? They do the same thing over and over and over. And that amount of years of experience allows them to see the many challenges and try to find different ways to deal with the many challenges until they master it. And you look at their creation and go, wow, you see, it's not poor quality. Do you see how good they were able to emphasize this art without the usual mistakes, or I don't want to say mistakes, but rookie way that others deal with it? Do you see how they were able to do this? And you admire the clean, good quality work and the masterful work that they present, because they've spent years greatly looking at this energy, dealing with it carefully, not being frustrated and figuring it out. And you're here to figure it out. You can't skip it. This figuring out of what people are hiding of this world. You're meant to figure it out. You can't run away from it. And you are meant to put a lot of hard work to figure it out. And it's gonna be painful for a while, but then you get to understand this energy and it doesn't hurt anymore. Think of any job. It's super frustrating in the beginning. You feel like it's so overwhelming, and after some time you start getting acquainted to it. At least it's not as frustrating, and after some time you feel like, oh, I got these, I know how to do this, but these are harder, and so on until you master it. So it's the same type of energy. Deal with each one at a time. You get a key from one that helps you with the next, and so on. How about we quickly read what the Eight of Pentacles here shows us? Let's quickly open the Eight of Pentacles, the Eights. Right, the Eight of Pentacles. It says the task of magically spinning nettles into gold. Wow. Was daunting at first. Do you see? All stings and tangles. I can imagine exactly. Working against all sense to make something precious out of something so ordinary. Patiently moving at the speed of learning, she threaded her spindles, running the fibers through her sensitive fingers to get the sense of it as she spun. In time, she could see the progress of her skill. A snarled and fuzzy spindle where a gleam of gold was faintly seen. It's like the spiritual journey of turning regular metal into gold. The Philosopher's Stone, about how we as a soul evolve. It's interesting. She is intent upon her task, and her confidence grows with each filled spindle. Exactly. It takes time to become an adept, and magical skills are no easier to master than mundane ones. Practice leads to improvement, but dedication leads to excellence. Whatever your work is in the world, do it to the very best of your ability. And then some. Absolutely. That's mastery. Push past your comfort zone. But don't lose sight of the moment in striving toward an outcome. The learning process itself brings its own delights. Mastering a craft, excellence, meticulous work. So you're going to master this energy of this scary world. It starts off with you being scared, and it ends with you being the powerful one, with a type of power that nobody can take away from you, where your inner child thrives and is happy because it's got a protective adult that genuinely knows how to take care of it. Right now, choosing to run away from these experiencing is choosing to abandon this inner child in a scary world. And so it is really about learning it little by little, one door at a time. And each one will give you something to reflect upon, something to understand, something to learn. And the whole idea, remember when it was saying, it's really about striving and not losing sight. It was said so beautifully. Hold on. There we go. But don't lose sight of the moment in striving toward an outcome. Don't lose sight of that. Striving in the moment, which will lead you to your desired outcome. In any case, you can see that you are meant to strive and blossom. That's going to happen. So don't shy away from the closed doors, or perhaps don't shut every experience you go through. Pick a comfortable one, and then another, and then another. Each one will give you the key to the other. And always let the past be in the past. don't pull at the strings of your own heart. It's okay to cry, it's okay to feel bad, it's okay to feel all of these emotions, but don't relive them, is what's important. Let the bygones be bygones. Perhaps you are getting guidance, I believe, from your higher self specifically, on how to navigate this energy in today's reading. There's something about you needing to hear something these days with regards to that. So let's see. You've got the Two of Pentacles. If you hear any outside noise, this is my dog, guys. So the Two of Pentacles. There's like finding balance to cross to the other side. That's the nature of things, maybe. Let's see. Two of Pentacles. The Wise Woman. This is the High Priestess. Yes, you're very connected. The High Priestess. Very spiritual, highly connected. And you get two energies. The yin and the yang. The two energies to balance, to get to cross to the other side. And it's talking about something that you need to see with the High Priestess, the Wise Woman. Some wisdom that if you balance, you can cross quickly to the other side, like help you in a part of your transcendence. Eight of Spells, the Eight of Wands, wisdom again. Eight of Wands is communication. It's also wisdom here. So how I would say you speak to yourself, how you speak to your mind matters. I kindly need clarification on the Two of Pentacles, please. What is the Two of Pentacles? What are the two things that the Two of Pentacles is carrying? One, two. What are these two energies? Whoa. The Seven of Visions, that's the Seven of Cups. And the Keeper of Boons, that's the King of Pentacles. And it's, I get it, it's so clear. Carrying your emotional, Seven of Cups, your spiritual skills, because you've got really high abilities to envision and connect to the other side. The High Priestess is the veil beyond our world and the other world. So you're a highly spiritual person. To balance between your wisdom, your spirituality, your capability of manifesting things, envisioning things. That's the Seven of Cups that I foresaw in the beginning. So the Seven of Cups and the King of Pentacles is living on ground. It's the High Priestess, this world and the other world. The two roads, the yin and the yang. To balance between your capabilities of connecting, but not to lose yourself in that realm, and not to lose yourself in the other, like perhaps many people who know how to do what you're learning what to do, but aren't so connected. Okay, and doing these two things at the same time, understanding that you need both energies will help you cross to the other side. To do that, you are guided to... Okay, my apologies. Before we take a look at what you're guided to, I just noticed the High Priestess was casting some runes, which is saying that you are in fact directly okay, You are, how did I forget that? You are directly communicating with your guides. This pile is absolutely connected. Now it's time to apply this guidance. You see through the other side. Where's the High Priestess? 7 of Cups. You have the ability of seeing beyond the veil. You have that ability. Whether it comes through your own spiritual practices, or like with the casting here, maybe you read your own tarot cards, or maybe you just click on a reading online. It takes you straight to your pile, and no matter how many channels you watch, what piles you watch, you get your message. Or maybe it's not like that. Maybe you navigate the world and you look at the advertisements, you look at things, and you're able to get your message. How you get it is not really the focus. The fact that you do get it is the focus here. You definitely get it. So I will just have to trust the process and say, and some of you may be getting it through nature, the spirit of nature. In any case, like you look at the cycles of the moon, you are good at astrology, anything of that nature. But you're well connected, is all I can say. You're very well connected. And it is time, there we go, main cards, it's time to apply with the King of Pentacles these teachings. There's something about you maybe refusing to apply here. You're too scared with the 9 of Swords. You've been brutally hurt with the 3 of Swords from your past, and it's just a lot of hard work. You're afraid of that. You see, it looks like a monstrous world. It's what I've noticed here. And with the child pose, I feel like you're too afraid to come out of that womb, that safe zone that you've created. And so here, your reading is saying, listen, your higher self specifically saying, listen, we came here to do this. And you can't be shutting out forever. Do it slowly. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to shock yourself. But you can explore a tiny new area every day. Just like a master. A master was once someone who didn't know how to hold this thread in the first place. You gotta start somewhere. And you are meant to become this master. So do it in a comfortable way in the beginning. Just like we treat your inner child in the same way we treat children. And that is not to expose them to anything traumatic, but to introduce energies to them in a safe place, in a safe space with the mother, and to do it calmly and gently. So don't underestimate what your inner child can do. And you can see how different mothers treat their children, what their expectations of their children is, and that's where they go. You know, we see mothers who are, for example, afraid of letting their child do anything because they have a protective nature. And then you see mothers who are also protective, but they understand that children can actually do more. They teach them the safety precautions. They create this safe space, but they allow them to do more things. And I'm not judging who's right and who's wrong at all. I'm only trying to show you that you're guided to have more faith in your inner child. They will show you magic. That's what inner child is. They're more connected to energy than you. So let them explore in a safe environment, little by little, but don't shut the doors. And the fact that you are completely connected shows that you will always be shown signs and synchronicities everywhere. Your higher self will be able to present what you need to hear right now, always to you. always. And so all you got to do is take it with the Two of Pentacles step by step. Slowly but surely wins the race. Don't start off in chapter 1 and be intimidated by chapter 52. Of course it looks intimidating, but by chapter 52, if you've taken it step by step, you might look back and go, oh, look at how simple this chapter is. I was so scared and intimidated by it. But this chapter is not so bad because you've built so much repertoire of experience and understanding of what you're trying to do. And so don't rush. Your higher self is telling you, take it step by step. Everything and nature, everything is conspiring to make this work for you. So give your inner child the ability to show you its magic, to show you what it can do. Don't judge it. And apply it little by little. With the King of Pentacles, you're gonna one day master this energy and be playing with it like a king in their kingdom. And your inner child will feel so safe because of your strength. And you can even see the casting here again. This King of Pentacles is magical. They've followed their guidance. And so the Eight of Wands becomes clear. You're being communicated to constantly from higher realms. You're constantly being given wisdom and communicated to from beyond the veil. Listen to your guidance, and with the Eight of Wands, it shall move you there quickly, and it shall liberate you and free you. The feathers here again, the higher guidance. Listen to your higher guidance and take it step by step. In the beginning, it will seem intimidating, but always remember a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. This is a wise saying that we keep repeating because it's very wise. If you stand at the beginning, start line, and look at how far you need to go, you will always be discouraged. Forget about the destination. Focus on the journey. Focus step by step. One day, that scary world will be a game in your hand that you can use to your favor to get the abundance that you want. And from that place, you shall rise to higher realms. And you can see here, you will live with a happy inner child. See, a little high priestess who is having fun with the world. And yeah, maybe today you don't understand what this hiding is all about, but one day you will keep your true, genuine self while knowing how to play that game. And it's important that you integrate that within your learnings. Integrate that and transcend. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see as a message that you need to hear right now. Take it step by step, because it's the time now where things are going to start moving very fast. And my dear pile number 3, this was your message. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at a message that you need to hear right now. Oh, looks like you got 2 cards from this deck. These are the decks that I'll be using. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them down for you guys down in the description box. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you today. Your crystal is the beautiful yellow Aventurine. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Gemini, Cancer, and Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Always follow your intuition. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards to see what this energy in today's reading is all about. Right, so you've got the Ehwaz rune with partnership, momentum, transportation. Right. You've got new directions and the horse, because the Ehwaz rune is associated with horse. That's why I've got transportation here. New directions. I feel like what you need to hear is that, look at them celebrating here for a wish coming true. I feel like the direction of your life is changing. Okay. Very interesting. Let's see where it's taking us, my dear pile number 4 in your reading. Where is the direction taking us? You've got opposites attract. So the keywords here are lessons, not your usual type, different spiritual beliefs. Interesting. You know, for some of you, this is a new partnership, because the Ehwaz rune again is about partnership as well. So for most of you, this is like experiencing something unusual, moving in a direction that is a bit unusual somehow. Let's see. So you've got honoring your energy, and you've got creativity. This also does look like the 3 of Cups, doesn't it? Okay. Overflowing cup that is helping give others. I feel like you're moving in a very abundant direction. You're gonna have your cup filled so much that you're able to give to others. So much of that abundance that you're getting. So let's explore this energy. I'm sure we'll be able to understand what exactly it is and what you need to hear as we take a look at the rest of your cards. A full, clear picture. So you've got the 2 of Wands. Some of you are like moving in another part of the world. It's there. And it could be a place that you're not expecting to move into or go, like you never thought you were gonna go there. Opposite attracts. Like if we're following this idea, for some of you, you might be moving to the other end, or if you're in the fall at the moment as you watch this reading, if you're in the, let's say, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you're moving to the southern hemisphere, and the other way around, or moving to another culture or something. I don't know. Very curious. Let's see. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. And you can see the broom here. It's flight. And again, holding something valuable that you really value. Maybe offering something valuable. You've got the Ace of Swords. New directions could be actual new directions for some of you. So look at the flying. You've got the Moon. You've got the Knight of Cups. I can't help with all the knights here and the brooms to feel that you're flying somewhere. It doesn't have to be, but you could be moving to definitely a new experience, and it's going to be a major move in your life. Look at that. The Chariot, this way, that way. You see? And then you've got the Queen of Cups. let's stop there for a moment, explore your cards before we continue pulling out more cards. What is going on here? The horses, the chariot, the brooms, and the flying. I can't help but really tell you, it looks like you are going to be moving in a new direction. A lot of you clicking on this pile are going to be making a grand move. Physical, maybe moving from one office to another, a new place, a new city, something like that. A new field. And it seems like this place, office move is very opposite in its nature to where you are or what you're doing now. Let's explore how opposite, first of all, this is. And then we'll explore how this move is happening and what is going on. So, opposite in what, please? Justice card. Look at the opposites again. The yin and the yang. You keep getting polar opposites, but I don't think you're meant to know right now. Like, that's not the part you're meant to hear. In fact, you've got the moon. I missed that. It will come into clarity with the Ace of Swords. It will come into the light in due time. But just know that you will be making a huge change in the road, in the path that you are in. I tried to find out how is it polar opposite, but it's not letting me know now. But I can tell you that you will be pretty surprised with how polar opposite yin and the yang this energy is going to be. Far different from what you're experiencing now. I see you looking at a new world. Your everyday experience is going to be different. What you do in your everyday life is going to be different. I see you moving from one land and moving to and landing in another. But one thing is clear, where you are going, which some of you could be near water, where you're going, where you're flying, whatever you're going, is going to expand your potential. And you will be seen much bigger and larger. And your potential there will expand exponentially. A new path will be formed. And so you will be making a decision soon. This is what you need to hear right there. Soon, you will be in a place or position where you're thinking, perhaps I got this huge offer, the extending of the hands here. Maybe you'll be offered something where you're thinking, I don't know, should I stay or should I go? What's the right thing to do? I don't know. That rhymed, and I didn't mean it to rhyme, but that's what I felt here. And there's something about you moving with a partner or someone special. I keep seeing it here. You've got the Awaz rune, partnership. So it looks like you're not going there alone. You're going there with someone. Whether this is someone dear to you or that there's another team member maybe, or you'll be hired with someone else that you'll be collaborating with. In any case, the connection between the two of you will seem near and dear. And it's going to be great for the two of you. Where you're going seems to be honoring you more, honoring your energy. Seems to be seeing your potential more, or you are able to see your potential better in this new place that you are going. I do see that you're going to be very happy with the news. In fact, with the dandelion, it seems like it's a dream coming true for you, this move. You're going to be overflowing with happiness, and you'll be helping others be happy, perhaps your partner or that person that you will be collaborating with once you move. And talking about your potential, you'll be able to give so much of yourself happily there that you will be a great benefit to your environment in this new place. What you need to hear is, once the news is out, once the cat's out of the bag, although it's tempting with the Knight of Cups in conjunction to the Chariot, to jump straight into this new direction and enjoy with the Queen of Cups the beautiful life that awaits you, that dream world that awaits you, to say goodbye. You are, however, guided to take it slow, very slow, in fact, with the Knight of Pentacles. Why? Because where you are going without much revelation, the curtains are closed, you're getting a tiny little peek, tiny little peek into the future, just to hear this message. Without getting into the details, you're going to experience a polar opposite energy. And so while it could be something that greatly attracts you towards it, because poles attract, and while you may feel driven right away to move towards your heart's desire, you're gonna love this, you're not gonna believe it. You are still, however, guided to respond and move and plan slowly, because there is so much that you can't see or don't know about such an opposite experience. And to move slow equals to move with clarity. Because when you're moving slow, you're able to see the unexpected, see it clearly, slowly take action to rectify whatever needs to be rectified, or to adjust what you want to do about your future there, or you're just able to move gracefully when you move slowly. And so you'll be able to handle all of the things that you're not expecting with this polar energy gracefully. If you move quickly, because that's what you will be tempted to do, beneath you there will always be dangers. And you don't want to find yourself in a dangerous position. So yes, it is tempting to move the other way very quickly. You want to experience all of that right away, but you want to have the discipline to take it step by step. Don't rush is what you need to hear, because any day now the cat's going to be out of the bag. And since that's the case, I'm really wondering, well, you're supposed to be surprised, I guess, is what I would see. Oh, the reason you are guided to move slow is that way you move while honoring yourself. Sometimes when you rush into things, for example, then the other side you reveal too much information with it that people who are not balanced would use against you. Such as understanding how excited you are about this energy can tempt others to go, don't give them the full deal. You know, they're excited anyway. Don't give them all the rights. They're gonna come no matter what. That's an example of honoring your energy. Another example could be when you move fast, you're not graceful, you make many mistakes, and you're not honoring your future, you're not honoring your maybe self-respect, you're not honoring this or the other. You get what I believe trying to say here with honoring your energy. So move slowly, although you're tempted to move fast in this new direction. Because if you move slowly and gracefully, you'll be actually able to take from this experience all of the things that are attracting you towards it. Why hinder yourself and put yourself at risk or take from the full package or advantage that you're meant to take? Some of you, by the way, this could be a partner, like this new energy, a new shift of world with the Awas rune could be a dream partner that you will find out that you will encounter. Especially that this looks like the Three of Cups, and so it looks like a beautiful emotional collaboration, perhaps. Okay. I think we've gotten a good idea regarding what you need to hear right now. Let's now get into the details, get into the scoop of what you need to hear. Let's get more information about this really cool energy. Okay, so what do you need to hear right now, my dear pile number 4? Okay. Wow. So you've got the Sun card. Something is starting for you. It's I noticed it with the moon. It's like it's in process now, and any day it's gonna come into the light. The moon, the sun. Any day it's gonna come into the light. You're gonna be seen, or that you will see what this is all about. Wow, you've got the 10 of Cups. Wow, you're really going to be, there's no question. You're really going to be happy and feeling super blessed that you get to have an experience like that. There's no question. Perhaps this is why you constant, there's a new baby, it's a new world, a new chapter in your life, a new experience. Yeah. And all of the beautiful things that come with it. I can understand now the emphasis on move slow. 9 of Swords. This tells me that, I also understand why you're getting move slow. Freedom, Ace of Swords. And the 9 of Swords is feeling stressed. Perhaps where you are right now, you've got so much that you don't know how to deal with. You're stressed. You're sad, you're distressed. And the sun is rising for you now. And so this liberation means that perhaps you're trying to figure things out. Maybe you already have. Maybe you were supposed to figure out another energy that you're not really noticing that this experience was meant to teach you. And so it's almost like the energy of you don't need this spiritual experience any longer. And so you're flying. You're soon going to be liberated from the sadness and the distress you're currently going through. And so it's like you're focusing on how you're going to get yourself out of this dilemma, out of this distress. And what you need to hear now is that very soon you're going to leave all of this behind. It's not going to be your problem anymore. You're going to another place. And so this is either going to become somebody else's problem that they need to deal with, or nobody's problem at all. In any case, that's not going to be your problem because you're flying out of there. And you're going to be very happy where you are. There's something about meeting new people. New loyal people, because the Awas rune is also loyalty. It's a beautiful rune, the Awas rune. And so there's something about different people with the Three of Cups and opposites attract. Different type of people, but they are people who will harbor you, who will be loyal to you, who you will feel like family with. The 10 of Cups. You will enjoy this human experience and interconnectedness with them. And there will be an interdependent relationship between you and these new people. It's a give and take. And you will love your collaboration with them. You will love this new family, so to speak. Or maybe they are your new family. But in any case, you will love your world there. You will love. Yeah, how can I express it enough? I think the best thing is for you to grasp it through the cards. You will love your world and your connection with them. You know how they say the same place could feel like heaven with the right people or hell with the wrong one, no matter how awesome or not awesome it is. And so that's the energy I'm picking up. The people that you will be connecting with in this new world will really make it 10 times better than it already is. I really wish I can find out how these people or this place is polar opposite. I tried. The cards just won't show me now. So I guess you're just gonna have to find out, my dear pile number 4, in due time. And you've got, look at the Empress. Something's in the works. Something is happening right now. You're just not being informed about it yet. So the Empress, I think it's an offer, perhaps, for some. Look at the hands. An offer that will be extended to you, perhaps. And you will find out in due time. That's why it's in the works, maybe. Yeah, surprise. Look, somebody's offering something, it seems. 4 of Cups. So you'll be surprised with this energy. You are absolutely not expecting this. What's in the works here? From the darkness to the light, clarity. You will be surprised soon. And the surprise is meant to come out when it should. I just noticed, look at that. Look at the hammers here. And look at the hammers with the Knight of Pentacles. It's connecting us. Do you see? The minute you hear about the surprise, it's taking us to the Knight of Pentacles, is the minute you're guided to instantaneously move slowly and not quickly. Move slow, move quick. So the decision here is absolutely not going to be, should I go or should I stay? It is still, should I go or should I stay? Or should I wait another day? It's about moving right away or waiting a little bit. That is the real decision that you will be taking, because there's no way you're not going to be moving there or making that, going towards that new direction. It's a matter of how and when is what really matters. And so while you could be tempted as the surprise comes to say yes, 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 absolutely, or move, or whatever this is going to be, at the back of your mind, remember, you've been getting guidance to move slow. And that's the best course of action for you. And you've got the King of Pentacles. When you actually go there, boy, is this going to be amazing. You know, you're going to have your cake and eat it too. You're going to be in an abundant place. Very happy, very resourceful, around beautiful people, especially loyalty. Love and loyalty will be surrounding you, because this reminds me of the goddess Hathor, the goddess of love and beauty, and a dog is reminding me of protection and loyalty. So yeah, I feel like you're going to be in such a happy world, emotionally fulfilled, as well as in terms of resources, materialistically fulfilled in this new place. And so it's not, what's the expression? It's not the idiom of, it's not hard to figure out. I can't remember it, but in any case, like this is gonna be easy. You will know where to go, that you should go. You know, it's obvious. It's very obvious that you're gonna go. Yeah, it's just how to go. I'll use these 2 cards as your guidance of how to move slowly. What does it mean to move slowly, since this is your key message that you need to hear? Once the news is out, 8 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords. Look at this person left their bed, left the ink to drop, closed the journal, goodbye. It's a chapter closed and flying away. So I'm going to explore how to move slowly. And am I allowed to ask about the news, at least when you're going to hear it? Anything that we're allowed to hear about the news, I'll pull some cards for it. But how are you supposed to move quickly? Look at the broom. It's stored, so it's not the time to move. 8 of Pentacles. You want to take your time to figure things out, to learn about the situation. So it's about studying before you fly. So learning more about the environment you're getting into, what you need to prepare before you fly or before you move, what you need to learn so that you are well prepared and you arrive there equipped, what you need to pack, everything. So go there gracefully. And that is to first take your time to learn what is necessary and to take each step in its due time, and then be free so that you receive it in the best way possible. All right, that was clear. Journal also could be a planner, like plan it well. Plan it well, figure things out, study everything before you make a move. Any information that we're allowed to know for pile number 4 about the news popping out here? 2 of Pentacles. You'll be making a choice soon. And it's going to be a clear choice. Okay. I guess that's what we're allowed to know. Let's pull out another. Guys, the Lover's card is a card of choice. That's all you're allowed to know. What can I say? This is funny. I respect that. So yeah, you're going to find out in due time. Very excited for you, my dear pile number 4. A huge wish is coming true. Perhaps the world becomes your oyster, or you're moving somewhere around the world. Polar opposite. All the best of luck with that. This is something that you're absolutely going to love. And my dear pile number 4, if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 4, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!